In a time that is past, but not so long ago, lived a very young bird named Bluebird. Bluebird loved to look at the world around him and admire its beauty. One such day, Bluebird marveled at a flower growing all alone. Suddenly, there was a rushing gust of wind. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh! Down swooped Corn Crow. "What do you think you're doing?" snarled Corn Crow. "I am looking at this beautiful flower," Bluebird whispered nervously. "Beautiful flower?" snapped Corn Crow. "Beautiful flowers grow in gardens." "They do?" Bluebird asked. "That's right," Corn Crow quickly replied. "Do you see a garden?" "No, sir," Bluebird answered, looking around. "Do you see other flowers?" Corn Crow snarled. "No, sir, I do not," Bluebird answered worriedly. "All you see is this one flower. I always say a flower growing in the wrong place is a weed." Corn Crow turned and looked at the flower. Then he looked back at Bluebird and spoke proudly. "You remember the words of old Corn Crow. Anything in the wrong place is a weed." Yes, sir, Mr. Corn Crow," stuttered Bluebird. Corn Crow cawed, flapped his shiny black wings, and was gone. "Can this flower be nothing more than a weed?" Bluebird asked himself. "Flowers do grow in gardens, that's true. There is no garden here. This flower must be a weed because it's growing in the wrong place," Bluebird decided as he turned away sorrowfully. It's a shame to waste such beauty on nothing more than a weed. The next morning, as Bluebird flew past an old barn, a strange sound made him stop. Snore, snore, snore. Bluebird hesitantly flew toward the highest part of the barn. Snore, snore, snore. Bluebird saw a sleeping bird perched in the highest eave of the old barn. Bluebird perched close by the sleeping bird. Snore, snore, snore. Bluebird was amazed at how large and well-groomed the sleeping bird was. Bluebird wondered why such an impressive bird would sleep the day away. Confused, Bluebird decided to wake up the bigger bird. "Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!" demanded Bluebird. The large bird opened one eye and sleepily studied Bluebird. "Why are you sleeping?" Bluebird asked. "Do you not realize it is daytime?" "I'm Owl," the bigger bird introduced herself. "I sleep by daylight and fly by moonlight." "Oh," Bluebird sighed. "I am Bluebird, and I fly by daylight and sleep by moonlight." "Rightly so," stated Owl. Her eye closed slowly. Snore, snore, snore. Bluebird sat beside the sleeping bird only for a moment and thought to himself, "I fly by day and sleep by night. Owl flies by night and sleeps by day. Owl is in the wrong place. She must be a weed. It is a shame to waste such beauty on nothing more than a weed." Bluebird took flight once more. As he soared for a few moments, Bluebird caught sight of a horse grazing in the distance. As Bluebird flew closer, he noticed the horse seemed to be wearing a pair of black and white striped pajamas. Curious, Bluebird flew to a post and perched near the strange horse. "Oh my," whispered Bluebird to himself, "this horse is wearing black and white striped pajamas." The strange horse noticed Bluebird perched on the nearby post and colloped, colloped, colloped toward Bluebird. "Hello, I am Zebra. What is your name?" Zebra asked. Introducing himself, Bluebird said, "Hi, I am Bluebird. Tell me, Zebra, why are you wearing black and white striped pajamas? Do you not know you are a horse, and horses should not wear pajamas?" "Bray ha ha! Bray ha ha! Bray ha ha! Bluebird, you are teasing me," Zebra questioned. "No, Zebra, I am not teasing. I know what a horse is supposed to look like. You are definitely a horse. Now take off those silly black and white striped pajamas, Bluebird insisted. Zebra looked at Bluebird for a moment before laughing again. Bray-ha-ha, bray-ha-ha, bray-ha-ha. You are funny, Bluebird. I'm not a horse, I'm a zebra, Zebra exclaimed. Bray-ha-ha, 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 Zebra laughed. Oh, Bluebird, I like you. Please come again to visit and say more funny things to me. Zebra laughed as he colloped away. Bluebird shook his head sadly and watched Zebra gallop across the field. Poor Zebra, he does not realize he's a horse. Zebra is definitely in the wrong place. He must be a weed. Horses should not wear black and white striped pajamas. It is a shame to waste such beauty on nothing more than a weed. Bluebird grumbled, finding so many weeds on his flight that day. Bluebird decided to fly home and retire for the night. After a short rest, Bluebird decided to look around. Unfortunately, Bluebird was having trouble seeing over all the tall blades of grass in the meadow where he had landed. Bluebird flapped his wings and flew around until he came upon what he thought was a rock. Bluebird's eyes studied the rock where he had perched. Suddenly, the rock began to move. The earth is moving! The earth is moving! The earth is moving! Yelled Bluebird. It is? A sluggish voice questioned from the grass. Who said that? Gasped Bluebird as he grew still. My name is Turtle, the voice replied. Turtle? Questioned Bluebird as he looked around to see this creature named Turtle. Yes, you are sitting on my shell, stated Turtle. No, Bluebird said, shaking his head. I was sitting on a rock, Bluebird exclaimed to the voice named Turtle. No. You were sitting on my shell, yelling something about the earth moving, Turtle replied in a slow voice. Bluebird finally saw what he thought were two eyes looking back at him. Rocks can't talk. Rocks cannot move. Rocks surely do not have eyes. This rock is in the wrong place. This talking, seeing, moving rock must be a weed. It is a shame to waste such beauty on nothing more than a weed. Bluebird returned to his nest that evening, only to find some of the leaves on his tree had turned from green to gold. Bluebird wondered at the change as he drifted to sleep. The next morning, when Bluebird awoke, he was amazed to see all the leaves on his tree had turned to gold. Bluebird thought his tree was beautiful. Then Bluebird remembered trees have green leaves. Bluebird looked around at all the other trees. His tree was the only tree that was not green. Bluebird thought sadly, my tree must be a weed because it does not have green leaves. My tree is in the wrong place with its gold leaves. It is a shame to waste such beauty on nothing more than a weed. Bluebird did not want to nest in a weed. He decided to move to another tree, a good tree, a green tree. Bluebird set out on a journey to find a new tree, a tree with green leaves. Bluebird found a tree that was bigger and stronger than his old tree. Best of all, the new tree had green leaves. Bluebird had only been in his new tree a few days when its leaves turned to red. Once again, Bluebird set out to find a tree with green leaves. Finally, he found one. A few days later, its leaves turned another color. In fact, all the tree leaves in the woodland were turning bright, beautiful colors. Bluebird once again searched for a tree with green leaves, but this time none were to be found. Bluebird searched day after day. Each day grew colder, and even night came more quickly. Bluebird did not know what he would do. All of a sudden, Bluebird caught a glimpse of a green tree in the distance. I will make this tree my new home, and just in time for bed. Welcome, little one. I am glad you came to see me again, stated a warm, familiar voice. Bluebird turned to see Owl. "Oh, it's you," said Bluebird in disgust. "I can tell by the sound of your voice you are not happy to see me," replied Owl. "Nope, nope, nope," snapped Bluebird. "I did not come to see you, Owl. I was looking for a tree with green leaves to live in. None of the trees around here have green leaves. A tree without green leaves is in the wrong place. Now, as for you," Bluebird continued, "you are the grandest bird I have ever seen, but you sleep the day away and come out at night. Birds fly by daylight and sleep by moonlight. Owl, you are in the wrong place. An old bird named Corncrow once told me that a flower growing in the wrong place is a weed, so I guess that means anything in the wrong place is a weed." Owl sat quietly and listened to Bluebird. Finally, Owl began to speak tenderly. "The parts in the body, every one of them, is arranged just as they are to be," said Owl. "I do not understand," Bluebird told her. "Well, I am nocturnal. Being nocturnal means I prefer to work at night. That is why I sleep during the day and fly at night. You are diurnal, little one. That means you prefer to work in daylight. Together, you and I provide a 24-hour watch of the woodland body." "Ow!" Bluebird flapped his wings in excitement. "This means that not everything or every creature I consider different or odd is a weed." Bluebird chirped in excitement. "Rightly so," Owl answered with a smile. Bluebird grew still and thought of all the wonderful creatures he had met on his journeys. How wonderful that he understood that they were all full of beauty, and each one special. Owl continued, "This tree is an evergreen. It does not change the color of its needles. All of us in the woodland are different, so we can perform the unique task for which we were created." Bluebird yawned. Yawn. 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 "Owl," Bluebird said in a sleepy voice, "I am sorry I called you a weed. I forgive you, Bluebird. I am proud of the way you are learning and growing," Owl said lovingly. "Now I must go watch the woodland tonight, and you need to get your sleep so you will be fresh to watch the woodland in the morning." "Good night, little one," Owl whispered. Bluebird made no reply. Bluebird was already asleep. Snore, snore, snore. The next day, Bluebird returned to his old tree and his old nest. Bluebird looked down to see a flower blooming. Bluebird flew down to admire the flower. Bluebird softly spoke to the flower. "You are not a weed. You are a beautiful part of the woodland body. You bring me joy. You make me smile. These are all parts of the special job for which you are created." So Bluebird has discovered that everything has value and everything has purpose, even a flower growing outside of a garden. And that's true. Everything and everyone, every person has value and purpose. No two people are exactly alike. You might look a little like someone else, and you might sound a little like someone else, but you are not that person, and they are not you. And that makes you unique, and it gives you great value and great purpose. Yes. You have value and purpose, and I have value and purpose. And guess what? I like you because you are you. I like you because you're you. I like you are. There's simply no one like you. And I like you because you're you. There's no one quite like you. An original creation. And in 1,000 years or two, there'll be no other like you. I like you because you're you. Your mom and dad might look like you, your brother, sister, cousin too. When you take a closer look, you'll see that they're not quite like you. Guess what? I like you 'cause you're you. I like you 'cause you're you. I like you are. There's simply no one like you. And I like you 'cause you're you. I like you 'cause you're you. I like you are. There's simply no one like you. And I like you 'cause you're you. There's no one quite like you. An original creation. And in 1,000 years or two, there'll be no other like you. I like you 'cause you're you. Your mom and dad might look like you, your brother, sister, cousin too. When you take a closer look, you'll see that they're not quite like you. Guess what? I like you 'cause you're you. I like you 'cause you're you. I like you are. There's simply no one like you. And I like you 'cause you're you. I do like you 'cause you're you.